It really is that easy. All we hear about today is inflation killing our savings at over 8%, and our friendly bankers only offering us 0.07% on that money. It is so critically important that our money works for us, building our wealth while we sleep so that when we wake up, we are confident that we're working towards our goal of financial freedom. But we have to take the responsibility to take advantage of every opportunity to build that cash flow. What I'm talking about is staking. If you're already staking, great, but you might not be doing it in the best place. And if you're not staking, today's the day you're going to start. I'm going to be talking through this in the Kraken Pro app. By the end of this video, you'll know how to get set up, place your first trades, the difference between market and limit orders, as well as most importantly, getting started with staking and taking advantage of all that Kraken has to offer. It's so simple and so easy. So with that, let's jump right into it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Brian Logan. I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm very excited to break down another complex financial topic so that you and I can elevate our wealth for our family and the Lord. First thing we're going to need is the Kraken Pro app. If you've already got it downloaded and your account set up, feel free to use the timestamps down below to jump to how to place your first trade and get involved with staking. But if you're new at this, we're going to walk through step by step how to get set up. All right, now that we've got the app downloaded, let's jump over to that. So this is what the screen looks like when you first download the app. So you're going to want to go ahead and hit create account. When you do that, it takes you to the web browser. Just fill out the information and follow all the steps. Once you set up your account and your two-factor authentication, this is what the app screen looks like on the account tab. At the top is your trading volume for the past 30 days. And the reason this is important is because it sets what fee structure you're going to be paying. So for me, you can see I'm paying between 0.16 and 0.26%. Sweet low fees on Kraken, and this is why the reason you use Kraken Pro. As you scroll down, there's some other options here that I wouldn't really worry about, and you can actually change your theme, which is pretty cool. And that's really it for your account tab. There's a lot more features on the PC side about security and all that. All right, now that we've got our account set up, we're going to jump over to the markets tab on the bottom left of the screen. So there's a lot of great information on this tab. The first is your watch list. So this is where you want to come and add coins that you want to watch, as well as coins that you start to trade. The easiest way to add coins to this watch list is hit the search button up at the top, search for a coin. We're going to search for Cardano, which is ADA, and then this brings up all the different markets that are trading. For me, I'm in US dollars, so I'm going to choose the first one. And now to add it to the watch list, all you have to do is simply hit the star button right up at the top. And hey, while we're here tapping buttons, this is a great time to go over and tap the like button right now to help others find this video to get set up on Kraken Pro. I really appreciate it. All right, while we're here, let's talk about this screen, which shows you all about the different coin that you're looking at. So right now we're looking at ADA or Cardano. It's showing us the current price at 0.89 US dollar. We've got some high and low information over the past 24 hours and the past week. And then we've got this little chart graphic here that you can adjust the price axis by just dragging and clicking. And most importantly, you can change your time frame. So where it says 15 minutes, this is the 15-minute candlestick chart. If you hit the 15, I typically trade at about a 1 day time frame. So change it to 1 day, and this is the typical chart you're used to seeing in the news and things like that. You can also change from a candle to a line stick graph, but you should be using candle. There's so much more information with candlesticks charts. So when you scroll down, you can see now the balances. So if you have any 80 in the account, it would show here, as well as your available US dollars to trade. And then below that, you have the order book and recent trades. So I typically don't look at this, but if you're curious about what are the current orders out there on the market, this is where you're going to see that. And the recent trades are the actual trades that have gone through on the market. Usually I have that closed. And then down below that is the helpful information about any orders that you have placed or any open positions that you have. All right, now that the boring stuff is out of the way, let's get into the fun stuff. Let's place a trade. So you can either do that from this screen and just hit new order, or more than likely, you'll probably be back on your main home screen and you can go down to the trade button at the bottom left. All right, so this is the trade screen. So if you want to change and not trade ADA, you just touch it and search for a new coin. But for now, I'm going to leave it on ADA and we're going to trade some right now. So the first thing you need to look at is there's some options for leverage or not. I'm going to go ahead and not trade leverage today. If you want to find out more about that, comment below. I'd recommend for new traders to not trade on leverage. The most important thing that we need to check on next is the order type. So there's a lot of different order types here, and I've talked about a lot of these in the past before using Coinbase. I'd encourage you to go check out those videos. The concepts are the same, and I plan to update them using Kraken, but if you've never heard of any of these before, we're going to talk market and limit today, but if you're curious about some of these other ones, go check out those videos. I'll link them above as well as down below. So we're going to start with market order. So we're going to change this over to market. And what market means is simply I want to trade whatever the current price of ADA is right now, or whatever coin that you're trading. So you can see in the best market price, that's the current price of ADA right now. So to set up this market trade, you don't have to type in the amount of ADA. You can actually go to total US dollars. And this is what typically how I would trade because I want to spend, say, $50 on ADA. So I'd simply type in 50 US dollars and it's going to calculate how much ADA that is. Then from there, it's really easy to place this market order. All you have to do is hit buy ADA. So this is your trade confirmation tab. So it's going to show you how much ADA that you're willing to buy, how much you're spending, as well as some additional details. And we're going to talk about those additional details in a minute. But for now, this is the simplest way to trade and get those low fees. So we're going to run with it. So all you need to do is swipe to confirm. It's going to send the order to the market and it'll be filled right away. All right, you've officially bought cryptocurrency. If it was your first time, congratulations, it's a big step. Before we move on to limit orders and talk about more details there, I just want to take a quick moment to thank all of you who help support this channel, especially Gina, Fran, David, and more of you who went over and bought me a quick coffee on buymeacoffee.com. It really made my day and helps me create more content for you all. I also want to thank Gina for being my most recent client who's joined my financial coaching services. If this is something that sounds interesting to you, where you can chat one-on-one with me to learn more about portfolio planning, placing cryptocurrency trades, stocks, dividends, I'm here for you to help elevate your wealth. And if that's something you want to do one-on-one, head over to my free Discord channel to ask more questions about it and check out the offerings over on buymeacoffee.com. I look forward to seeing you there. All right, let's jump back over to the Kraken Pro app. All right, so let's talk about a limit order. What is a limit order? A limit order is just basically a way of saying that you want to buy ADA at a certain price and no more. Instead of a market order that just buys it whatever the price is, you're setting the price that you want to buy it at. So basically you want ADA to pull back a little bit and get it at a better value. Now, one way you can do this is by looking at a chart. Now, this chart is great and it's very helpful. And if you put your finger on and kind of hold down, you can see that there's different lines that show you the open, the high, the low, and the close of the day, those numbers up there, as well as it gives you a little idea of you can kind of draw in different support and resistance lines. And as great as this is not the charting software I use. I typically plan my trades over in Tradingview, and I've got a whole video about that. And if you are not using Tradingview right now, I'm not sponsored, but you need to go check that out because it is one of the most powerful trading platforms available. And so what I do is I go there, I identify some support and resistance lines and use those to help set up my trades and determine what price I want to get in. So for a limit order, if you want to buy when it's coming down, I typically look for some support levels, which is areas where the stock has bounced off certain prices in the past, and use that as a guide for finding my price. So let's say I did my homework over in Tradingview and found that out that I wanted to buy ADA at $0.867. So the way I'm going to do that is hit new order. Now go to my limit price, and this is the price you want to buy ADA at. I determined based off of my strategy, I want to buy it at 0.867. So now you go to total US dollars and put in how much you want to spend. So let's say we want to do another $50. It'll calculate exactly how much ADA that is at that given price. And now you could just go ahead and click buy ADA and it's going to give you the confirmation screen and you can swipe and it'll send it to the order books. And it won't be triggered until the price of ADA hits the 0.867. So if it just stays above 0.867 for the next week or two, this order won't be traded and we won't have ADA. But if it pulls back down at any time to that 0.867, the order will be filled and we'll have ADA at that price. Before I do that, I do want to scroll down a little bit and explain some of these advanced features and what they mean. So if we just swipe up a little bit, you can see the first one is start. So this is when the order should be placed. Typically, you're going to go ahead and put now instead of custom, but if you want to place an order in the future sometime, you could use the custom. Expiration, so this is how long do you want the order on the order books. So that simply means when you put this limit order in, how long do you want it to sit before it gets canceled? So good till cancel means it sits out there until you decide to cancel it. Or you can do custom and you can set a certain amount of time. So say maybe you wanted to get in this trade only if it filled sometime today. So you could set that exact time. Next option is post limit order. So what this means is that if you click this button, all of your order will have to be placed at once in order for your trade to be placed. It ensures that you get the maker fee and not a mix of both maker and taker. I typically leave this unchecked because the difference in the prices between maker and taker is not that big. So lastly is this conditional close, and this is really cool and something that Coinbase does not offer. This allows us to place 2 orders at one time. So we've got our limit order to buy ADA at 0.867. But let's say we want to get out. If we get in at 0.867 and it continues to fall, we don't want to lose more money after 0.85. So if we want to get out at 0.85, we can actually send that order at the same time we send this limit order so that we don't have to set it up separately. So to do that, we could just hit stop loss. And again, we'll enter the price where we want to sell our ADA. So we're going to say 0.85 just for the sake of example. So now when we hit buy ADA, we're actually going to be sending 2 orders for the book. First one is the limit order and the second one is the stop loss order. And don't worry, the stop loss order won't trigger until your first buy order has happened first. For now, let's go ahead and place this limit order with a stop loss order attached. So we're going to hit buy ADA. And here we go. We can see our order details of our buy order, as well as the additional details of good till canceled and all those different things we went through, as well as our stop loss order there at the end. So we hit swipe. Now the order has been placed. So we can go to the orders page and we can see, here we go. We've got our buy limit of 57 ADA at 0.867. And if we click on that, we can scroll down to the bottom and we see there's a conditional close stop loss at 0.85. All right, so there we go. So now we've placed both a market order, which again, when you place the market order, it's immediately sent to the market and you get the ADA right away. A limit order is when you set the price, typically for the price to pull back a little bit, and then you can get in. Now, the last thing I'll say is that conditional order could also be used to set a profit taking order. So instead of a stop loss, you could set a price higher and place a take profit order. Now, I know I get a lot of questions on this because I've gotten it on my other videos, but you cannot set both a stop loss and a take profit at the same time. This is called a bracket order, or one cancels the other order. Unfortunately, Kraken and Coinbase don't offer this. I'm sure they will in the future, since this is a really useful function that a lot of brokerage accounts offer. So I'm looking for that in the future, but for now you can only set one side or the other when placing that conditional order. All right, congratulations, you now have cryptocurrency in your account. Now it's time to put that cryptocurrency to work. And the way we're going to do that is staking. So let me show you how easy it is, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what's happening on in the background. So to stake, all we have to do is go to balances, where now we can see all of the different coins that we own and also our fiat currency. You can see our total value of your account, your fiat, all the different cryptocurrencies you own, as well as their value, as well as what you have staked. So at this point, if you followed along and bought some ADA, you've got something that is able to be staked. So all we have to do is hit this one button. Here it is, stake. And I will say this is one of the reasons why I use Kraken. All of these different coins are available on the Kraken app to stake, and that's a lot. Coinbase only has like 4 or 5. So at the top, you can see the assets that are available to stake. So right now I've got some Ethereum that's not staked, and then I've got this Cardano that we bought, the 56. So to stake that, all we got to do is select the Cardano, hit max, so put the total amount that you want to stake, hit review, and swipe to confirm. And once you've done that, your staking is successful. And even better than that, if you need to unstake for any reason, say you want to sell that ADA or any of your other cryptocurrencies or transfer it to somebody, all you have to do is select the staked amount, hit unstake, how much you want to do, and hit that, and you're good to go. It's really that easy. Now, if you want to dive more into what staking is and how it works, especially on Kraken, you should go check out this video here. Or if you're looking for a really easy strategy to get started trading your cryptocurrency, you might want to check out this video as I go through one of my simple strategies. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.